amount of what we have: pizza, Burger King, not the healthiest food, but delicious food. You need a little Alka-Seltzer to save the day, to kiss the acid reflux away down the hatch she goes, where she comes out, everybody knows. Salud to the Brooklyn song. I'm going to talk about the Brooklyn song in this live. Jindani, cheers. Gravesend, great show. You should see it. Season 1 and Season 2. William DeMeo, great actor. I can feel the acid reflux go the way of my esophagus tonight. Oh Lord, oh Lord, Lord. Salud, Jindani, cheers. Thank you, honey. I'll be here in a second.
How are you?
Yeah, for the longest time, they call me the almost father, the haters. They love to break my cannolis, my balls. You know, I wrote this song a long time ago, and it's about my hometown growing up in Brooklyn, New York. Really, it was about like the restaurants that I loved going to. I know there's a lot more culture in Brooklyn, like all my friends used to break my chops about this. They'd say, Rich, they'd call me Apefather, Rich, there's friggin' museums, there's all kinds of beautiful things in Brooklyn. I'm like, yeah, but my focus is food. So, what's up, Back to the Future? Good evening, my brother. How's everything going? How's your summer going, Back to the Future? You enjoying yourself with the fam? This is my brother here. I love this guy. Back to the Future 99. In the house. Wow! I love this stuff here. This is the Signature Select, the Raspberry Blackberry. That's good to hear, Back to the Future. God bless. Not bad, this stuff. It's like this flavored water, kind of like salsa. I love this. So let's drink up. Hold on. Salud, Jindani, cheers. I got a lot of goals, as all of you know. But one of my goals is I'd like to get like my songs known. I mean, in all honesty and fairness, I really wouldn't even care if someone else would sing it. I'd like to sing it, but if it came down to it, if someone like Sting or someone came to me and was like, look, Rich, I'll sing this song, I would do it in a second. You got to drink a lot of water in this heat. Forget about it, Maron. It's been so hot. It's finally cooled down now. It's like 77 degrees, thank God. It's been 90 degrees for the past 2 days straight. Friggin' hot like a mother effer. But getting back. So I wrote this song a long time ago, the Brooklyn song. It's about my hometown. I live in the Jersey Shore now, but I grew up and I was born and raised in Brooklyn, baby. Brooklyn, New York. The best borough out of all the 5 boroughs in New York, in my opinion. And, it's all about the best places to really eat. Brooklyn, LFG, Spumoni Gardens, Stillwell Avenue and 86th Street, John's Deli. Long story with John's Deli. The original John's Deli was also on Stillwell and 86th Street. But I think the original owners, they sold it, but I guess they still had the right to use the name John's Deli, which I was kind of blown away. Like normally when you sell something, the new owners would be like, competition rule, non-compete clause, that you can't use the name anymore. But the owner proceeded to open up John's Deli's in Staten Island. I know we did one on 13th Avenue next to Tasty Bakery in Brooklyn, and that one seems like it's doing good. The one on 13th Avenue. I think it's just a Brooklyn landmark. I think, unfortunately, Staten Island didn't really do too good. It didn't do too good. He opened like 2 or 3 locations, and I think they all closed down. You would think that people in Staten Island would embrace John's Deli because most of these people are from Brooklyn, but for some reason it just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't happen. It didn't work, and John's Deli just remains a Brooklyn favorite. You were born in New Jersey. Back to the Future. You're living in PA now. I saw all the alternative names, ball breaker, and I don't like none of them. The names you're gonna come up with are gonna be successful, and that's gonna be the name, because I'm gonna have a lot of success in life. But getting back, so I wrote this song, the Brooklyn song, and it's a really touching, meaningful song to me. You know, if you never heard it before, which I think most of you heard it, but if you're just new to, the Apefather's channel, you want to search for my real name, which is Richie Lavoy, Lev as in Victor, Oi, and then type in the Brooklyn song. You'll see it. You'll see the thumbnail to Coney Island, the Wonder Wheel. That's another. It's actually another YouTube channel I have. It's called Richie Lavoy, the Brooklyn song viral video. That's the name of the channel. Richie Lavoy, which is spelled Lev as in Victor, Oi, the Brooklyn song viral video. And you can check out the Brooklyn song. You'll see the thumbnail of Coney Island, the Wonder Wheel. It's a great song. You know, it's a if you're from Brooklyn and you were born and raised in Brooklyn, say around the 70s, the 80s, you'll definitely appreciate it. If not, a lot of people are curious about how Brooklyn is. I remember there was a very small time frame in my life. I lived in Pittsburgh. It was kind of right after 9/11. My wife, as you all know, worked at the World Trade Center. To World Trade. She missed it. The building collapsed literally. It was like crazy right before, like a minute before she was gonna go in. It's like God was on her side. Thank God. God is good. God bless. But she told me at that time, she was like, Rich, I got some family in Pittsburgh. I was like, Pittsburgh. I'm like, what the F, Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh Pirates, Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm like, Pittsburgh. But I actually was very impressed when I lived in Pittsburgh because there was a lot of great food. There was something called the Primanti brothers. Great freaking heroes, man. Like, they do like sausage, peppers, everything. They throw French fries on. It's freaking great. The Primanti brothers out there. The steaks were great in Pittsburgh. But, we lived out there a very short period of time, and then we kind of came back. And that was more the reason that the Brooklyn song was in my heart, because I missed Brooklyn. Like, you know what it is? When I live in Jersey, out here in the Jersey Shore, Brooklyn, it's still a good hour and 15-minute drive, but it's still within my reach. When I lived out in Pittsburgh, it was too far away. It was like 6.5 hours to get to Brooklyn. It was freaking crazy. So that's why I love, what I love about Jersey is I feel like I'm close to everything out here. If I want to go to Manhattan, it's there. You know what I mean? If I want to go, to see the Rocky statue out in Philadelphia, it's very close. If I want to go to Staten Island, it's very close. If I want to go to Brooklyn, it's very close. And also Jersey is great. I love Jersey. Still poor. Oh my God. This guy's crazy. I'm spending like $200, $300 a day going to all these theme parks that you guys are saying I'm poor. I don't know how a person can be poor spending $200 to $300 a day. And I understand that's just on the theme parks. I just went to the supermarket with my wife. I spent $200 on food. If you consider the money I'm spending on theme parks, because you understand the wristbands are like $40 each. I get 4 wristbands. My wife goes on the small rides with me. She can't handle the big. She goes on like the Wonder Wheel. Hey, but we like to go on the Wonder Wheel. It's like romantic. You know what I mean? I can't afford going anywhere else. Ball breaker. The money I'm spending, listen, if you consider the money I spent on Great Adventure, the money I spent on Seaside, the money I spent in Long Beach Island, Fantasy Island, I think I approached $1,000. I'm talking just because literally it's $200 to $300 a day. Because you understand, not only do we get the wristbands, we get food, we get drinks, we get ices, we get ice cream. Okay, so if you add all of that up, it's like $300. $300 over the last 7 days. You do the math. Because I've been at a theme park every day for 7 days. What is 7 days times 300? $2,100. Okay, so I'll tell you what. Until any of you people will spend $2,100 for fun and entertainment in a week, don't break my balls. And that's not including food, supermarket. Don't stop breaking my balls. Okay? You did not spend $2,100 on breakfast, ball breaker. Yeah, Uno Pizzeria. I used to go there all the time in Bay Ridge in Brooklyn. There was an Uno Pizzeria in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. I went there many, many times. I'll tell you actually a funny story. You want to hear a funny story? So I was dating this girl before Jennifer. I actually thought I was going to marry this girl. But I think what happened was we were together very young. Her name was Jackie, okay? So I met this girl when I was like 15. And I think we went out just about maybe from 14. I'm sorry, 14 to about 19, approaching 20, and we were too young. You know, I started going crazy. I wanted to go meet other girls. I went with my buddy John to hedonism, Negril, Jamaica. But long story short, hold on one second. My wife's here. Hold on. Hey, John, I got this water right here. Thank you. So anyway, my girlfriend at the time, Jackie, I think she was freaking out too. She's like, I want some new sausage. I want some new meat. Because again, actually, she was with me she was 14, from 14 to 19. She's like, I'm sick of this friggin' Italian mother. I was skinny back then, but still, she's like, I'm tired of this, Mama Luke. So we went to Uno's. We went to Uno's Pizzeria. This is when you know, if this ever happens to you, you know it's the end of your relationship, right? So we got there was a drink called the mudslide. I don't know if you ever go to Uno's. You know who else has a good mudslide is the Applebee's. Every time I go to Applebee's, I get the mudslide. So it's a girly drink, definitely not a manly drink, but I like the taste of it. Okay. So long story short, the guy, the bartender, is making my girlfriend at the time, Jackie. He's making the mudslide. He starts putting like whipped cream on it, right? And I don't know what the f was going on. The dude takes his finger, right, sticks it in the whipped cream, right, and goes to my ex-girlfriend. Taste this. I shit you not. This girl sucked his finger. She went like this, literally, Lola. She sucked his effing finger. So yeah, things were not looking up after that. Things were definitely. I just couldn't believe. You know, you go into like a mental shock. Like I couldn't believe it. But now that I'm older, I understand. The girl had the same sausage for 5 years. Think about it. I mean, she gets tired of it. I look back on it now, and I understand. She needed some new meat. She needed some new effing meat. So anyway, besides all the big dreams Apefather has, starting the Apefather brand, which I will do, I'm going to become the king of Long Beach Island. It's going to happen very soon. Listen to me. I am going to become an extremely famous man in Long Beach Island. Like, it's going to get to a part very soon. Okay, I would say within a year to 2 years. Listen to me. It's gonna get to the part where I'm gonna be the most famous star in Long Beach Island. So people are gonna come to me and say, "Hey, Father, I effing love you." I'm gonna have real estate. I'm gonna have steakhouses, hamburger houses, ice cream, hot dogs, boat rentals, bike rental, like every business you could, Italian restaurants, steakhouses, everything you could imagine. I am going to rule Long Beach Island. I love you, Big Daddy. Was there Molly on the finger? I love you, Angie. I'm not a grandfather yet. Excuse me. God bless. Good tight. So anyway, getting back. Besides the Apefather brand, I want to get known at least with some of my songs. It doesn't have to be a lot of songs. One of the songs I would really like, and I'm going to try to make it happen in Long Beach Island. Like when people come to my Italian restaurant, I'm going to have a stage. I'm going to have a stage. I'm going to have a little piano. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to make it like my signature song. It's going to be the Brooklyn song. So whenever people come to my restaurant, I'm going to try to make my restaurant a lot like Brooklyn. It's going to be a lot of stuff you're going to see that you would see at LFG Spumoni College, you see at Joe's of Avenue U, you'd see at like John's Deli. And with that, I'm going to squeeze in the Brooklyn song, you understand? And I hope I can make it famous at Long Beach Island first. Anyway, I love you, Angie. Supercars. I think cars are can I tell you something, Greengrass? And I mean this. You want to talk about cars? Okay. Cars are the worst investment. And it is an investment. People try to make it like it's not an investment. No, it's an investment, especially when you're getting supercars, like you're saying. Okay. Cars got to be the worst effing thing to spend money on. Like the worst thing in the world. Okay. Listen, I had a Mercedes, a really amazing Mercedes before I had kids. Okay. Before I had kids, when I first got married to Jennifer, I had the AMG package. It was the E-Class. It was freaking totally like doped out. Like this thing, it was so. I had the AMG. I had the freaking the chrome wheels, the sports package. I paid $80,000 for the car. Years and years later, when I sold it for $20,000. I mean, not that long, maybe 7 years later. I had it for like 7 years. I lost $60,000 driving that effing car. $60,000. Listen to me. I don't care what you look. Look, I think it's Shaquille O'Neal. You want to hear a story? Okay, Shaq. When Shaq made his first million, he went out and he bought himself an S600. Okay, his father loved it so much, he bought his father an S600. His mother loved it so much, he bought his mother an S600. And he spent the entire $1 million on cars. He said it was the dumbest thing he's ever did in his life. But that's what happens when you first get money. You don't really understand it. Look, I don't like Grant Cardone. I don't like him as a human being. But I respect him as a businessman. You want me to tell you the truth? Look, I respect him as a businessman. I know he uses other people's money. I understand all of that. But he's a smart guy. He is. He said something once that stuck with me. I have to give him credit. I have to give Grant Cardone credit. He says, no one deserves toys or trophy assets unless you're using passive income. You have to use passive income to get the toys. Okay. So you see, you know what a lot of people do, and I'm going to tell you a story. Okay. There was this guy, Alex. He was a Russian guy in Brooklyn, a friend of mine. Okay. Niet! Like New York Angelo. He was a Russian guy. And he lived in this tiny apartment in Brighton Beach. I walked in. All he cared about was it had an ocean view. He was so impressed that he had an ocean view. So I walked into this apartment. He goes, Richie, all good. It's all good. Ocean view. Beautiful, Richie. Beautiful. The guy's apartment was like 600 square feet. It was my bathroom in my house where I have the jacuzzi is bigger than this guy's whole apartment. It was 600 square. But now here's the thing. We go outside and he has a friggin' BMW 7 Series. The most beautiful car I've ever seen, right? Richie BMW 7 Series. It's all good. It's all all good. And then I started to realize something. There's a lot of people who do this. There's a lot of people who obviously can't afford these cars. Like they can't afford it. But they buy it maybe because they have low self-esteem. See, to me, I'm happy with here it is, I'll show you. I'm happy with my GMC. I don't give a shit what anybody says here. I got my GMC here, my Arcadia. It's fine. It's a beautiful car. As you can see, I got the dual sunroofs. Does the job. Leather seats, heated seats, keeps my ass and my balls very warm. It keeps my back warm. I could afford a Mercedes. The reason I wouldn't buy it, listen to me. I could afford a Bentley. I could afford a Phantom, a Rolls-Royce Phantom. The reason why I wouldn't buy it right now, and it's because you're interrupting me. Okay, I'm talking about what Grant Cardone said. You got to use passive income. Now, the truth is I don't have passive income right now. At least not from real estate. I have a little bit here and there. I get like from my income, but I use that for survival. I use like all this stuff from my sales job, from my residual income, from bonds. I do have money that comes in every month, but I don't consider that to be passive because I need that to survive. Like I need that to pay my mortgage. I need that to pay all my expenses and my bills. That's it, my lifestyle. So unfortunately, that money is already spent. So I need new passive income. You follow me? And that's where the Apefather brand is going to come into handy for me for passive income. Once I start getting money from like the restaurants, real estate, different businesses, you follow me, et cetera, that passive income would then go towards if I want to get a Mercedes or if I want to get a Ferrari. I can't fit in a friggin' Ferrari, but I would probably get a Rolls-Royce Phantom or something. But you got to use passive income. Again, I'm not giving you financial advice, but don't you think it's stupid if you can't afford the car? Like, look, if you're paying payments every month on a friggin' luxury car, you can't afford it. That's it. That's the bottom line. Okay, you can't afford it. It should be something like a toy should be something you could just buy outright, no car payment. Just buy it outright. Like you ever see that movie DMX, may he rest in peace? It was with Steven Seagal. I can't think of the name of it. You know the movie I'm talking about? Can't think of the effing name. It wasn't Glimmer Man. No, that wasn't. That was not Glimmer Man. It's gonna come to me. But there was a movie with DMX and Steven Seagal, And there was this one part where he just walked into like a car dealer and he bought like a friggin' Lamborghini. He said, "How much?" Oh, 280. He threw the friggin' he had like a carry bag with 280,000 in cash. That's the way to do it. Okay. And see this guy, like for instance, Greengrass. It sounds to me, like he's one of those types that can't afford the car, but he's buying it because he probably has like low self esteem and like listen, you got to use passive income. Like, you want to hear who the true champions are? Let me tell you who the true champions are. People who are buying trophy assets, but they're using passive income. So, in other words, whether it be businesses, whether it be real estate, they're using their monthly passive income to buy, the planes, to buy the yachts, to buy the boats, to buy the cars. If you're doing it any other way, you are an idiot, you are a mama Luke, and you are a fool. Everybody plays the fool. You're no exception to the rule. That's it. That's just my opinion. Because I've met people like you. I've met people who have the friggin' BMWs and the Mercedes and all that shit. And then they live in a tiny apartment. Okay? They live in a friggin' 500 square foot apartment. I'm right, big guy. Thank you, Big Daddy. See, that's when, look, it's like I look at like Teddy Zane, and I'm not trying to break his balls or anything, but Teddy's got like four Corvettes. He's got all this shit. I love this guy, Bull Trader. Say goodbye to Hollywood. I'm in a Brooklyn state of mind. Bull Trader. God bless you, brother. Yeah, great song by Billy Joel. Say goodbye to Hollywood. I love it. Brooklyn state of mind. My song, the Brooklyn song, was probably my way of trying to write New York state of mind. Billy Joel is a genius. He's a master, and yeah, I definitely a lot of my songs that I write, has Billy Joel. I always have Billy Joel on my mind. Like I try to sound like him. He's my idol. He's the man. So like Billy, New York state of mind. If you listen to my song, the Brooklyn song, I Love You, Back to the Future, you'll probably hear a lot of Billy Joel influence. You really will. I love you, Back to the Future. I love you, Bull Trader. Thank you, both of you. I love the two of you. I don't think I'm a rich guy. Listen, Greengrass. I don't know how many times I have to say this to you, okay? And all you haters. I'm an average guy. Why do you think I think I'm rich? I'm disappointed in myself. I say it every single day to my wife. Every day I say it. I like Jennifer. I hate being average. Guys, what makes you think I feel like I'm a rich guy? Why do you feel that way for? I say it all the time to everybody. I'm an average Joe. I just got an average house, I got an average car, and I got an average life. Why do you feel this way? You want to know when I'm going to be really like happy with myself and I'm probably going to pat myself on the effing back? When the Apefather brand is born. Like guys, when I have beachfront property, I got a beautiful friggin' mansion in Long Beach Island. I got restaurants. I got friggin' hamburger, hot dogs, friggin' steaks, Italian restaurants. I got all this shit going with the Apefather brand. Yes, then I will probably toot my own effing horn. Yes, at that point you're gonna see a whole different Apefather. I would probably toot my own horn. Okay, but as of right now, guys, my Apefather brand is not even born yet. I don't have one business opened yet. Okay, yet. Okay, but it's coming soon. It's coming soon. So I do not think I'm a rich guy. I'm not 60 years old, Bullbreaker. I'm 46. Stand the man, Richie. I got my communion, but I don't think I got my communion money now. Stand the man. Why don't you get a job? Because I don't need a job. I make enough money every month where, like, in other words, I could survive with the lifestyle I have. I don't need a job. There's a job is not, listen to me, okay, you have to understand something, Big Daddy. No job is going to pay me enough money for me to establish the Apefather brand. It's just, you're talking about, I have to hit it, I have to hit the big time. The song by Peter Gabriel, Big Time? In order for me to do the Apefather brand, no job is going to pay. There's no job that I could get that's going to start the Apefather brand. No job, okay? I have to make it big on YouTube. I didn't admit I'm poor. I said I'm not rich. I'm not look, I don't have $10 million ball breaker. I don't have $10 million sitting aside that I could invest right now in a friggin' big, huge restaurant. Apefather, living the life. All hate is get back to work. I love you, bull trader. I don't have to get a job. Big Daddy, listen to me very carefully. Listen to me. Listen to me. Okay. I make $15,000 a month. In other words, I worked in sales for over 20 years. I have residual income that comes in every month. In other words, the money that I have, let me be clear to you, I could survive. I could pay all my bills. I could live. I could go eat. I got money. I could spend $2,500 if I want a week on fun coupons. Okay. I don't need to get a job. Okay. I have money. But if you're asking me, do I have enough money to start the Apefather brand? No, I don't. Because my wife's not going to let me touch. We have money like that I could potentially use. But listen, my wife saw me lose $250K at AMC. Listen, it's on paper. Things could turn around, and I feel they will. My wife will never let me touch any more money. Never. There's no chance. There's no chance I'm going to take a couple of $100,000. She tell me go after myself. I got to become a big YouTuber. That's the key, Big Daddy. And for some reason, nobody considers this a job. You understand I'm monetized, right? Okay. You understand that every single month, like around the 21st of the month, YouTube, Google transfers money into my bank account. I don't know if you... Now, I understand this is going to drive Vladimir pushing crazy. I'm not technically an employee of Google. So technically, no, I am not an employee of Google, but I am what's called a YouTube partner. And I get paid by YouTube. I get paid by Google. Like, in other words, when you look at my bank account, every month, by direct deposit, I get money from YouTube. I get money from Google. It's not that much right now, but it could all change very quickly. It could all change very quickly. Okay, see, listen. You want me to talk numbers with you? Okay, I'll talk. It is worth it because, look, anytime you do all right, let me tell you a funny story. Anytime you do any career in your life, and I used to work in sales jobs, okay? There were always top producers. There was always a guy who made a lot of money. You follow me? So that proves to me it's possible. Like if there's a guy in a firm, listen, if there's a guy, this is how I always look at it. If there is a guy in a sales firm that's making $1 million a year, you know what that means? I can make $1 million a year. So in YouTube, are there people making millions of dollars? The answer to that question is yes. I'll name one person, Mr. Beast. Okay, Mr. Beast makes 50 million. This is just from YouTube, and that's annually. Mr. Beast makes $50 million a year on YouTube, and this is the thing: he started a brand, which makes him $700 million a year. Okay, so in other words, because of his YouTube career, Stand the Man. Because of Mr. Beast's YouTube career, he makes $50 million a year. That transformed into a brand, the Mr. Beast brand, the Mr. Beast Feastables and other things he does. That makes him 700 million, 700 big ones a year. Okay. So is it worth it? I think so. Look, everything is social media. This is the future. The future is not getting a job anymore. The future is social media. I just think something happened where I got cheated. I'll say it's all alleged. Something happened where I was getting 25,000 views a video, 50,000 views a video, 100,000 views a video, and that went down to 10 views. But see, Vladimir doesn't know I have a trick up my sleeve. Vladimir Pussin, and the trick is shorts. This is what Vladimir doesn't understand. Vladimir doesn't understand that my short videos are going to be the ticket to me becoming a household name. Okay, this is what Vladimir Pussin doesn't understand. I have a trick. I have an ace card. I have an ace card up my sleeve. My short videos are going to be the ticket to success. The thing is, I have to upload a shitload of them. That's the thing. I got to work my friggin' ass off. I got to work my balls, and I got to work my ass off. Now, here's what they're going to say. Okay, now, I love you, Edgy. Bro, just go get your GMC and get a hot dog and call it a life. You crazy greengrass. Man, if I could go back when the internet started, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Well, you want to know, Stan, I think about that every day. The truth is, I wasn't really doing YouTube. See, people look at my channel, it's 15, 16 years old. But I opened it up a long time ago, but the truth is I wasn't really taking it seriously. I was doing a little videos for local businesses. I was kind of like an internet. I was at the time my mind was starting an internet marketing company. That's why if you look at a lot of my earlier videos, a lot of people get confused. I did videos for like local businesses. I did videos for local artists, local singers, but I wasn't taking YouTube seriously. It wasn't until 2021. It wasn't until 2021 that I started taking YouTube seriously. But these haters are never gonna let me live this down. They're gonna be like, your channel is 15, 16 years old. No, but I wasn't doing it. Back to the Future. Apefather, could you put your songs on streaming platforms like Apple Music or Spotify for royalties? That's passive income. The answer is yes. Okay, but I'm not there yet. Look, I have a system. Let me tell you what the system is. The system is first become a successful YouTuber. This is the system. Okay, then establish the Apefather brand. Then yes, everything else will fall into place in terms of passive income. Because you have to understand, if I put it, okay, Back to the Future, I love you, right? If I put it on Spotify right now, you know what's going to happen? It's not going to generate any money. No one's going to know who the F I am. That's it. They're not going to listen to it. No one's going to know me. Unfortunately, the first step is I have to become a famous YouTuber. Then, when everybody knows my name and I become a household name, that's when I'm going to get the royalties. You see, it's kind of like the movie Scarface. Remember Tony Montana? He said, listen to me, Manny. First, listen to me, because Manny used to do, the thing with the tongue, remember? That thing he did. I can't do it on YouTube. They get upset. But remember he did that when he saw the women? He goes, look at her. She beautiful. He goes, Manny, go tell her what you want to do to her. Go tell her, remember? So, long story short, Al Pacino, the great Tony Montana, he said to Manny, you got it all wrong. First, you got to make the money. First, you got to make the money. Then you get the power. And then you get the woman. You understand? So it's the same exact thing. It's the same exact thing in terms of all these questions that you're asking. The first thing I have to do is get the power. I got to get the power. The power's got to come from YouTube. I got to become a household name. Then I get the friggin' Apefather brand born. Then I get the royalties. You follow me? Then I get the royalties. I'm not going to get the royalties right now. I could put all these songs out, on Spotify, all this shit. Ain't nobody going to listen to it. Yeah, Set Up a Woman, great movie. So that's the bottom line. I'm going to be doing a lot more lives. As far as stocks are concerned, I know everybody likes to talk about stocks. Cryptocurrencies took a major beating. Major beating. I don't know if you saw that big drop. But it just goes to show you, it reinforces what I always say, and it's not financial advice. We do not control the show. We're sheep. Bah! Bah! We don't control the show, okay? Cryptocurrencies, as well as the stock market, are controlled by the BBC, Billionaires Boys Club. I love you, Back to the Future. You are the best, brother. You don't know how much I appreciate you. My family appreciates you. My wife, my children, my mother, we love you. You are family. Back to the Future 99 is family. Billy Joe's last show, I believe it's in July. I'm not sure the exact date. A friend of mine told me he got tickets. Yeah, I believe it's over after this. Yeah, Billy Joel, man, he had a long residency at Madison Square Garden. That guy had such a successful life. You know what bothers me about Billy Joel? Every time he has an interview, people ask him like how he feels about life. And he's like, I'm content. That's what you imagine this? Billy Joel always says, he goes, I'm content. Content? You mother effer. I love that guy, but if I ever met him in person, I'd yell at him. You are content. You had the greatest life. You had the greatest career in music, probably since the friggin' Beatles, okay? Since the Rolling Stones, and you're content. It bothers me. It really doesn't. I feel a lot of people don't really appreciate the success that they got in their lives. It bothers me. I get bothered by it because I wish I could have that success. Give me that success. I will be more than content. So getting back with AMC, we'll talk a little bit about that. What happened with AMC is that we got tricked. Okay, we got tricked, but there is good news, and I'm going to tell you what it is. We got tricked. See, the original thinking of AMC, and I got tricked, was that we were going to outhold the hedge funds. It was like a tug of war match. It was a tug of war match. But what I realized, and this is what I assume, listen, I can't prove it legally. I can't prove it. But what I assume, I'll say it's alleged, is hedge funds were using synthetic shares, phantom shares. You know, this was confirmed by Wes Christian, who wrote a letter to, Anna Marin. And the thing that people don't understand about synthetic shares is that you don't have to pay interest. These are promissory notes. So in other words, they could hold these things for the rest of their lives. It's fake friggin' phantom shares. They don't exist. Okay. So the thing is, we were trying to outhold the hedge funds, but how could you outhold the hedge funds if they're using synthetic shares, right? So 4 years went by. Now again, I'll say it's alleged. I can't prove it, but this is what I assume. 4 years went by. Everybody either got destroyed and sold at a major loss. I didn't, but a lot of people did, because they couldn't hold anymore. People need to pay the electric bill. They need to pay the utility bills. They need to put food on the table. They need to pay their rent, their mortgage. People can't wait after 4 years. It was too long. And then I said this a long time ago. I said, when we least expect it, something amazing is going to happen. And it did. Just when everybody gave up, Roaring Kitty showed up. Remember Roaring Kitty, Keith Gill? Meow! Okay? That dude made a friggin' fortune, that dude made a fortune. But we'll see what happens if he gets away with it, because I feel potentially he could get in trouble for stock manipulation. There is a lawsuit against him, but it's from individual GameStop shareholders. But the question really is, will the SEC get on his friggin' balls? Because he posted his position. It could be considered stock manipulation. I'll say it's alleged. I am not a securities lawyer, so it's certainly not legal advice, but it's just my opinion. The guy made 200 mil. But you see, it's like he came in after 4 years. It was dead. GameStop was dead as a friggin' doorknob. AMC was dead as a doorknob. And then this guy shows up. We start seeing amazing runs. Okay? Guy made a fortune. With his options. But it made me realize something, okay? And this is the difference between me and Morant's rants. Morant's rants actually thinks that the AMC run and the GameStop run, that we, I don't know if you saw it, because there's a lot of people who act like they didn't see these runs. AMC ran over $11. I know it's not a lot, but still, that's not too shabby from 4. And GameStop ran to like friggin' 80. Now that's another thing I used to always say. I used to always say that they were brothers in arms. If you want to say sisters in arms, you could say that too. Amy and Gabby. And I call it the 10% rule. I would say whatever GameStop would run to, AMC would be at the bare minimum, 10%. You could check videos that I said this shit like 2 years ago. And it turned out that I was right. So I still feel there's going to be other runs. You got to be very patient with AMC and Gabby, in GameStop, GME. You got to be patient. But I think there's going to be a lot more runs. We got conned, but you got Dave. You got to look at the glass half full. Okay, you got to look at the glass half full. GameStop did run to 80. I don't know what anybody did. I can't be a financial advisor. You know that. I can't give financial advice. But I was talking about GameStop at $14. Okay. I was talking about GameStop at 14. So I'm very happy. Me. Okay. GameStop ran to 80. I started talking about DWAC. Okay. At 14, it ran to 82. So again, I don't know what people are doing. I don't know if you're in dreamland or some shit, but DWAC, DJT went from 14 to 80. GameStop went from friggin' 14 to 80. AMC went from like $4 to over 11. So yeah, it's like, now you're gonna say, but you gotta hold for gold. No, I told you I don't do that shit no more. Okay, you gotta take profits. But again, listen to me. I'm not telling you to do that. You understand me? Look, you have to be your own financial advisor. You have to do your own homework. You have to do your own due diligence. I am not here to tell people when to buy. I am not here to tell people when to sell. I am not here to tell people my cost average. I am not here to share with people when I intend to buy or when I intend to sell. If I'm day trading, I'm not telling people ugats. Ugats means zero because I do not want to get in legal trouble. See, I was an idiot when I first started. Okay, YouTube. I was a friggin' dumb idiot. Everything I did, I wish I could turn back time. I wish I could just never show my portfolio. It was the stupidest thing I've ever did. Did Lou come out a winner? I don't know. You know, I don't know Lou's business. Lou never shared his portfolio. You know, we have no idea if Lou actually ever owned AMC. We have no idea if Lou actually ever owned GTII. We don't know because Lou. Well, look, Lou was right. You shouldn't show your portfolio. Lou was right. May he rest in peace if he really passed away. He was summoned by Congress once about GameStop, yeah? Back to the Future said about Ron Kitty. But you see, but this is why I try to tell people a different message, and Back to the Future knows about this message. I just don't understand why people don't want to be the boss of bosses. I don't understand it. I just, it's one of the mysteries of life. Like you understand like Ken Griffin runs, right, the stock market, right? You all understand that, right? You understand Citadel runs the stock market, right? Or do you not understand that? You don't understand that he controls Robinhood and Webull and all the payment for order flow platforms. I don't know if you know this or not, okay? I don't know. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't. But there are powers to be. This is what I'm trying to make all of you understand that control the stock market. There are powers to be that control the cryptocurrency industry. And we just got the perfect evidence of it. We just got the perfect proof with this major cryptocurrency dip. Okay, so do you understand there's no regulation, right? At any time, you could get some effing whale who could just dump Bitcoin, dump Ethereum, and I'm talking about dump a shitload of it, okay? And then we're left holding the bags. I believe the U.S. government has a secret with Kenny, and you might be right, Stan the Man. But this is what I'm trying to make all of you understand. I just don't understand. If we work together, and again, I'm not asking for money. I just want you to just hear me out. If we work together, apes together strong, it would be like the movie, you know, Planet of the Apes, you know, Caesar. Remember Caesar took out the branches? He had the one branch, he broke it. But then when he tried to break 5 branches, 6 branches, he couldn't do it. 7 branches, because he said apes together strong. Wow! Excuse me, I need a little drink here. A little something in my throat here. Salud. Yes, it does, Vladimir. Look, the way I see it, I want to be in control. You understand? I don't want anybody telling me how much money I can make, how much money I can't make. And I just feel that's what happened in the stock market, at least to me. I play the stock market, but I play a very small amount. 10%. I decided this a long time ago. I decided that 10% is my risk factor. That's it. 10% of my net worth. That's it. I am not playing anymore with any more money in the stock market or cryptocurrencies. Not doing it. Okay. And that's why I sleep well at night. And that's why I could ride the storm. Riders of the storm. Do. You understand? Why did I retire so early? I didn't really retire, Big Daddy, because I know you don't accept this. This is a career. What I'm doing right now in YouTube is a career. I'm fortunate enough, listen to me, I'm fortunate enough and I'm blessed enough that I have enough money monthly that comes in every month so I could dedicate all my time to YouTube. Like, in other words, the time that I'm not spending with my family, I could dedicate on YouTube because I just don't think anybody understands. It's like, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I have enough money to survive every month. I have enough money to live, eat, and pay all my bills. So I could dedicate my time to YouTube to build a career. Guys, do you realize I have over 14 million views? Like, I don't know you realize this or not. I have like over 14,060,000 views. Now, I understand it's not that much, but I'm going to build it to billions. I am going to build my channel and my views to billions. And then at that point, you're going to understand. You're going to say, oh shit. So Apefather makes millions on YouTube. And then I think, you know, it's funny. The haters will still, they'll still say at that point, they'll be like, Apefather, get a job. They'll say, like, I'll be making millions. I'll be making millions. And the haters will say, Apefather, get a job. My net worth, somewhere between 2 to 3 mil. But that's not cash, Dave. That's not cash. 95% of it is probably, a lot of it is not even liquid. A lot of it is not liquid. It's tied up. It's tied up in a lot of things. Gold, real estate, you know. There is cash, but I don't consider it liquid because I'm not going to touch it. And then there's trust funds set up for our children. You understand? There's trust funds. So I can't see what it sounds like a great thing, right? But when you can't touch it's same thing happened with Trump. Like I'll give you now I'm not comparing myself to Donald Trump, but I just want to make a point. We all saw what happened with Donald Trump. Remember with the Letitia James, you know, case where she alleged that Donald Trump, you know, exaggerated his net worth in order to get favorable terms with the insurance companies and the banks and all that shit. And what was the end result? The end result was Donald Trump was found guilty, okay, and was ordered to pay $460 million. Now, remember, Trump wanted to appeal it, and Letitia James was like, you could appeal it. She goes, come up with 460 million, pay the banks, right? And then you could appeal it. Remember, Trump didn't have the 460 million, or at least he claimed he didn't. I think he had like 400 mil. So you might say, but how could a guy who's a billionaire, how right? Because Trump's worth billions, right? How could a guy who's a billionaire not have this money because he didn't have it liquid? It wasn't until the appellate courts reduced it to 170 billion, and then Donald Trump was able to post bond. So you don't understand. Even guys like Elon, you would be shocked. Guys like Elon, who are worth friggin' what, 200 billion plus, right? Guys like Elon Musk, he doesn't probably have that much money liquid. It's tied up. My money is tied up. I don't listen to me. I walk around with fun coupons. Guys, I don't have a lot of money liquid, okay? We have money that's tied up for the kids, trust funds. We have money, you know, that's for the future of our family. It is money I cannot touch. I can't touch it. I walk around with fun coupons. What's up, Real Aqua? Dave Pac-Man, absolutely. Dave Pac-Man is such a loser, that guy. I walk around with this. Look, it's not a lot of money. Every week, I would draw this. Every week, I would draw, like, I don't know what's here, maybe 1,200 or some shit. 1,300. I've been spending a lot of money on the fam. Whatever it is. It's a lot of 50s in here. It's fun coupons. It's all fun coupons. Okay. You know what my life is? Here's my life. Okay. I'm going to give you my life in a nutshell. I have enough money to pay my bills, to pay my mortgage, to pay my utilities, all the summer activities, food, fun, entertainment. And then that's all she wrote. That's it. That's all Apefather's got. That's it. Apefather's got a couple of G's every week to spend. I don't have a lot of money, guys. I don't think people think I'm like this big shot. I'm not a big. You had to be a big shot teacher. You had to open up your mouth. Trump crushed the debate so much. Real luck with you. Hear what's happening? I believe Biden is stepping down now. I'm going to say it's alleged. I'm going to say it's alleged, but I believe that Biden is quitting. But I'm going to say it's alleged. Okay. I think it's finally got to the point now where the Democrats had it with him. You know, they're like, this dude is just not playing with a 52, you know, taking cards. And Kamala Harris might be taking over and actually going against Trump. We'll see what happens with that. Apefather, were you an Italian mafia? I could have been. Seriously. I was asked. I could have been, but I turned it down because no. Apefather wants to make it the right way. But I come from Brooklyn, so obviously we all know who the mafia is. You know, we all know. All my friends know. I know. You know, but no, I'm not in the mafia. I could have been though. If that was a choice I could have made, I could have been a wise guy. But no, I'm not in the mafia. Just don't tell my mother this because the Lavoiani name was very feared. Very feared in Palermo, Sicily. Oh, Vladimir Jindani. Vladimir, I'm not poor. I'm not poor. Do you even know what the word poor means, Vladimir? Do you understand what poor means? There are people in this world that are homeless. They can't they have no home. You know what I mean? There are people in this world they can't eat, they can't live. Vladimir, you see, I spend $300 a day. You see, I have a $600,000 house. I have a $75,000 in-ground pool. The guy says I'm poor. Yeah, but Big Daddy, there's a price to pay for that lifestyle. John Gotti said it the best. John Gotti said it the best. He goes, in this life of ours, Cosa Nostra, he goes, in this life of ours, there's only two ways it ends up, dead or in jail. And John Gotti said, I did both. I used to love that line. John Gotti said, there's two things that ends in our life to be a knockaround guy, to be a street guy, to be a wise guy. You end up dead or in jail. So it's not worth it, guys. Listen, John Gotti Jr. at the end, he went against his father, remember? His father said, you never settle. You don't make no deals. You don't make any deals. But John Gotti Jr. is like that. I just want closure. Remember, John Gotti said closure. He goes, that word's not even in my friggin' vocabulary. What's closure mean? What does that mean? Because I just want it to end. I'll do my time. That's it. I want to be with my family. Okay, so John Gotti Jr., the son, decided the life wasn't for him after all. It's a tough life. It's a tough life. I could have been in that life. I could have been. And I think somewhere in my heart, you know, that life is dear to my heart because I come from Brooklyn and let's just say that I believe, oh, who's this here? Colin Manning, God bless you. Thank you. I love you, Colin. Thank you so much for that. I just think that I could have been a wise guy. Like I could have did it. But you get married and you got children and you have to make a choice. You got maybe if my life turned out differently, maybe if I wasn't married, maybe if I didn't have children, maybe I would have been a knockaround guy. Maybe I would have been a street guy. But it's not the way it turned out. I got married, I got two kids, you gotta make a choice now. You gotta make a choice. You gotta say, do I want to be around for my kids? Do I want to be around for my wife, my family, or do I want to end up in jail? Do I want to end up shot, dead, whacked? Yep. Well, at the end of the day, look, John Gotti Jr. just he decided the life wasn't for him. That's it. He decided I want to be with my family. I want closure. I respect him for that. I respect him for that. God bless. But the father, John Gotti Sr., there was no deals. There was no nothing. He was a true definition of a gangster, his father. And that was it. He was a man's man and he lived the life to the fullest. He did everything a gangster does. He loved being a gangster. To John Gotti, being a gangster was better than being president of the United States of America. But he died in prison. He died of lung cancer. May he rest in peace. God bless him. You know. You know what's funny about the Gottis? I'll tell you a funny story. They're a great family. And you would never think that, right? Like you would think like, I mean, your first probably assumption would be someone like John Gotti, a powerful man, like John Gotti. You would think that, like, I don't know, they would like, I don't know, have a great like family. No, no, they had such a great family. They were also very close. It was such a sin they lost the one child, Frankie, got hit by the car. That was such a terrible thing. Terrible, terrible thing. But they all got together, for every Sunday. They would eat. Even when Gotti was in jail, they came visited him. They took care. They had a great family. They were very, very close family. Julio Iglesias. I could be your hero, baby. Um, it's funny, Dave. I'll make you laugh. Most of these guys that are gangsters that kill people, right? They're Christians. Can you believe that, Dave? Can you believe that? Like, I always found that to be so freaking crazy, right? Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not kill, right? These guys who are gangsters, They go to church every Sunday. Like I remember my mom and me, we used to go to St. Simon and Jude church. I got married there, by the way, too. And there was times, I don't want to mention names, but there were certain gangsters there. And let's just say these guys, some of them were hitmen, you understand? But they went to church. These guys went to church and prayed. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. Um, I don't know. Listen, maybe because they figured it was a life where they had their own rules, they had their own rules. And that was it. And if you broke those rules, you got to go. That's it. You got to go. And so maybe they didn't really put God into that. They didn't put God into that equation. You know, so now I know what you're saying. You're saying, you got to put God into that equation, right? I don't know. You think about military. Let me ask you this, Dave. What's your opinion on this, right? So you get these young men, they join the Marines, they join the Army, they join the Navy, whatever the case may be. And many times they have to kill, like especially the Marines, you know, they got to kill, but they do it for their country. Okay. But what about God? Right. I mean, I don't want to be mean or anything. So they do it. I got to turn my car back on. Hold on. Do they get a pass because it's for country? Like, what's your opinion on that? It's like you kill for your country, and you get a Purple Heart or something like that, right? But if you kill and you're a gangster, you go to prison or you get killed. It's weird, isn't it weird? Well, according to the Catholic faith, Dave, God forgives us if we confess our sins, and we repent. Supposedly, God forgives us. You think about the movie The Godfather 3. Remember Michael Corleone when he confessed all of his sins to the priest? Remember that part? And he said, he was crying, I ordered my brother, my mother's son, I ordered him to be killed. I mean, supposedly he was forgiven for all his sins, right? Vladimir, look, you keep saying these messages all over the place. It's horrible what you're saying. My wife has stage 4 breast cancer. Listen, she's fighting to stay alive. She's fighting to stay strong for her family. Can you stop insulting her? Really, seriously. I mean, what's wrong with you, man? Horrible things that you say. But I'm going to be finishing this up in about 2 more minutes. I'll go to 60 minutes with all of you. Pat P, can I address your comment? Ruins your credibility. You ought to be a bit careful when you were talking about partying with the teenagers at the beach. That's creepy. It's not creepy. It's just that you're a lunatic, Pat. My son was at the party. Okay, can I tell you what happened? My son was at the party. It was his first party. You understand? And he was having a blast. He was having a fun time. He didn't want to come home, Pat. He didn't want to leave. I kept texting him. I was calling him. He didn't want to come home. So the point of that video was it was funny. I had to be a party pooper. I had to be the one to go get my son in a very nice way, not embarrass him, and say, come on, we got to go home. There was nothing I did that was creepy, Pat. I was there for approximately 20 seconds. I was there for, like, whatever the length of the video. If the video was 1 minute, I was there for 1 minute. That was it, okay? And what did I say? I said, I'm going to party. It's a joke. It's a joke. Oh, my God. Nobody has a sense of humor anymore. Green grass, money that's equity in a house counts towards your net worth. That's the bottom line. Okay? Let's go, Brandon, baby. Let's go, Trump. November 5th, baby. Big day. Trump, take back the White House. Trump, make America great again. Trump, make everything great again. I think he's going to make the whole world great again, not even just America. I think, and even Putin, was talking, not this psychopath on the live stream, the real Russian president. the real Russian president Vladimir Putin. He was talking about Trump. He's like, Trump, says that he wants to end the war in Ukraine. And Vladimir's, concerned about it. Vladimir's concerned. He's like, I don't know how he's going to do it. I don't know. But it just goes to show you that Trump wants world peace. He wants world peace. Besides all the great things he's going to do for our country, end inflation, help our vets, build the wall again. I mean, we got to finish that wall. We got to finish it. We got to make the borders strong. And all the great things he's going to do for our country. I think he's also going to do a lot of great things for the world. Trump is the best. I've been following Donald Trump way before he was in politics, just so all of you know. I know a lot about the Donald. I've been reading every book of his since I was a kid. Trump is the best, baby. 2024. Pat, you gotta rewind the tape. I went over my whole business plan of what I want to do. No, but there's a plan. There's a plan, Pat. I'm not can I explain something to all of you? I'm not a psychopath, okay? I know a lot of you think I'm deranged, but I have a plan that if you listen to my plan, it actually makes a lot of sense, okay? I'm saying the first step is I have to become a YouTube sensation. Now, I know a lot of you think, but Apefather, if you're being shadow banned, allegedly, we'll say it's alleged, and you're only getting like 10, 15 views a video, how the F-U-C-K do you think you're going to become a YouTube sensation? I have an ace card. I have a plan. I have an ace card, and it's called shorts. I am going to do more shorts than anyone in the world. Mark my words. I am going to do more short videos than anyone on planet Earth. And that is what's going to take me over the top Sylvester Stallone style. It's not going to be my videos that I do for, a minute or more. It's not even going to be for my live streams. It's not even going to be the live streams. It's going to be my short videos. I'm going to get them, Stan. I'm going to get them from my short videos. But listen, guys, I love all of you. We're over an hour. Apefather, it's time to go, baby. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. I said what I say. Back to the Future. Have a great night, Apefather. Say hi to the family. I will definitely say hi to the family. Thank you again for your support. God bless you. Thank you, Colin. He also supported me. Thank you, Bull Trader. Colin is a new person on Apefather's live stream, and I greatly appreciate his support. God bless him. Just trying to find them here. Yes, good point there. It was throat cancer, not lung cancer, which John got. I apologize about that. God bless him. It was Colin Manning. God bless you, Colin. I appreciate your support. So everything I said on this live stream, remember, it is not financial advice. I am not a financial planner, but I am the greatest entertainer who has ever lived on planet Earth and the entire universe. The one, the only Apefather in the house, baby. Wow! Buonanotte. Good night. Ciao. V for victory, baby.